Welcome back to the Twisty Test Championship, everyone. Day 3 here between the West Indies and South Africa. What a tournament we have going on at the moment. And what a matchup this one is proving to be. It's a very tricky state of the game. At the moment, the West Indies with a 224-run lead over the South Africans, who find themselves 5 wickets down for 170 runs as we begin this third day's play. And you'd have to say, at the moment, it is the West Indian side that has control of the matchup. And all that could change today. It always seems like the third day is always the pivotal day. Oh, there's a huge mix-up. Absolutely huge. And it's going to end in a run-out of Tempa Bavuma. Have a look at this. I wasn't really paying too much attention, but you could just see the yes, no calls at the bottom of your screen. And in the end of the day, it was Bavuma who had to depart the crease. South Africa lose their 6th wicket, and the West Indies, well, they put themselves once again in a super strong position going forward. Oh, an edge, not taken. So now Notki and Rabada gets their first task. Oh, big shout. Gee, got across the line there. Not sure whether or not he actually got so far across that it was outside the line, but maybe that was the case. There's another shout here, which does look like it was just outside the line by a fraction. Oh, top edge. Over everyone. That'll be a boundary. And as we said, you know, the first task here for this South African duo is getting these 12 runs to avoid any potential follow-on. We know the West Indians did force Afghanistan to follow on in their previous matchup. And they are starting to get into a bit of form here as the tournament progresses and continues. Remember, they did have a first round loss to Sri Lanka. And they've played the most games of any side at the moment. They've played the 3 matchups heading into their bye, I think, next round, the West Indies. And that's another one. A big wicket. It is Jamel Warrican who pulls it out. Just a faint little edge, but good keeping again from Dowrich. Really being able to deliver behind the stumps in critical moments has been important for this West Indian side to taking their chances in this game. Very good glove work. Oh, good shot there. So Rabada at the crease. He's 15 or 17 now from 50 deliveries. So not only has he been able to hold off for a few runs, but he's actually spent a heap of time at the crease. I've got no idea how that's not rolled back onto the stumps of Pretorius. But he survives nonetheless. You just wonder what's going through the mind of these South African bowlers, essentially. They're not really batsmen left at this point. They've picked up 3 here. They've got 1 delivery until that second new ball, which I think has now been taken. And it's just how many runs can they get before, you know, the South Africans are back in the game. Oh, this looks like it could be a run out. There was a dive at the bowler's end, and somehow Pretorius has got back to the keeper's end after a heap of effort. Bloody hell, who knows what's going on there. Rabada continuing to hit shots, though. And this pair may be becoming a little bit of a nuisance. I think they've put on about 40 or 50 runs between them. As the South Africans 250 for 7. Or there could have been another run out if the keeper took it cleanly. Through him! And out! Rakeem Cornwall just finds one through the gate of Dwayne Pretorius. Hits the outside of the off stump. 261 for 8. And that is the end of the session for the South Africans. So going to take us to lunch here on day 3. Hendricks is in the middle with Rabada, who's 40 not out. And maybe he's just going to hit some shots like this and see how many runs they can pile on. So the tail certainly is wagged for the South Africans. These last 2 wickets been worth 80 or so runs. Mostly been off the bat of this man, Kagiso Rabada. He moves to 48. What's he got in store here? Oh, he's been bowled. Just played through the shot a little bit too early. And Rakeem Cornwall is able to get the wicket. Top of leg stump, I think this one hits. Top of middle and leg, really. Rabada out for 48. Maybe the South Africans' last hope of heading in with any first innings lead is out there. You know, you never count them out, I guess, the bowlers. They can always do something. But 117 runs with two fresh batsmen. The 10 and 11 is going to be difficult. That's an inside edge. The keeper's missed it. It's going to be a boundary. Well, this one through mid-wicket. Should be a couple more. So they are continuing to just keep this run rate ticking a little bit. They come back for 3 here, and the lead of the West Indians is only 101. And now, all of a sudden, it's 80. We've just jumped forward in a bunch of time. Lots of singles and twos, and a fair few overs have gone. The South Africans have managed to get this lead underneath 100. Underneath 80, underneath whatever at the moment. It's 77 runs is the lead. These two have done a hell of a job. And that's another boundary. So the lead is 70. Oh, that should be out. And it is taken. A little inside edge onto the pad. Sees the end of the South African innings. The West Indies, well, they had the game by the scruff of the neck at one stage there, and all of a sudden their lead has been reduced. It's only 70 runs at the end of that first innings. That final wicket partnership worth 52 runs. So really, the South Africans would see, hey, we're not actually out of this game just yet. We're only 70 behind. The West Indies, well, they'll need to bat well again to keep themselves in this matchup. Or at least to keep themselves in a strong position in this matchup. All of a sudden, if they roll them for 150 here, they're only chasing 200 for victory, the South Africans. But the West Indies, you'd still say, are in the better position here. Hendricks to Brathwaite. It's a dot to begin the second innings. And that'll be runs. It surprises me a lot in this tournament how often we see sides leave mid-on open. We see mid sort of square leg open. Because it does just become a simple scoring area for most of these sides. They're able to just easily tuck it away. Oh, another mix-up between these two. They just get home. Gee, there was a real left-right good night about that one. In terms of how they were running between the wickets. There's an inside edge for 4. So not super confident at the crease so far, Campbell. Certainly with their running between the wickets. As we could have seen a mix-up on multiple occasions. They pick up another 3. Maybe it was just the 2. Well, that's nice. Away for a couple more runs. They get 3 more runs at the bowler's end. And what this opening stand has done is the fact that they haven't lost the wicket as yet just keeps increasing that lead and psychologically keeps the West Indies in a real powerful position. Because if you look at it from this point of view, you could say, oh, they're 36 for none. But you could also say they're 106 without loss. And that mentally would probably be a little bit more difficult for the South Africans to look at from that point of view. There's an inside edge, which again will go to the boundary. So luck going the West Indians' way in this one, as we saw it go the South Africans' way when they were batting late in their innings. 54 without loss, so a big opening stand. And again, able to tuck it away to the onside. Should be 2 more. Oh, maybe a mix-up here, though. Bowler's end could be the only possible chance. It is a direct hit. And the finger will go up. So Campbell out for 24. The direct hit from Patterson in the deep. Enough to provide the early breakthrough, or the first breakthrough for the South Africans. The West Indies 69 for 1. This one away again. Should be a couple more, as I believe we are in the final over of the day. So we've got one delivery to come here from Hendricks. He will be bowling to Shea Hope to finish the day's play. Edged and taken. Can you believe it? Off the final ball of the day. The South Africans get the second wicket. Shea Hope just driving at a ball he did not need to play at. The West Indians losing a wicket as the day finishes. So he's out for 12. The West Indies will end the day 84 for 2. They will have a bit of a lead. You see there, that man walking off as the sole batsman. It's Craig Braithwaite. So 84 for 2. We see the West Indies at Braithwaite 36 not out at the crease in the middle. But that lead, it's worth more than 100 runs. What's it worth? Can we skip to the next scorecard? Maybe I haven't done that. Yes, I have. Here we go. The West Indies lead by 154 as we head into day 4 of this test match. Thank you for watching. See you all tomorrow for day 4 between the West Indies and South Africa.